with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind. That'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we honor the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome everyone to the All-American Throwdown. 30 monster truck superstars are set to do battle to see who will take home the championship here tonight. We got some great racing lined up for you and a lot of great action. Let's go ahead and jump into round number one. First up in round number one is going to be Storm Damage taking on King Crunch. As we head up to the starting line now, two Chevrolets set to do battle to kick off the All-American Throwdown as we go green. Looking even down the start, up and over the cars, and it looks like we got a dead heat. We're going to have to get an MTA official down there first thing to see who the winner is and who moves on to round number two. And we're going to take a look now, and the MTA official confirms that the King Crunch machine has it by just about a quarter of a tire. As we move on now, Bounty Hunter takes on the Blacksmith, heading up to the starting line as we wait for green. Here we go now, down the straight stretch. Bounty Hunter pulls a little bit up and over the cars, and Bounty Hunter will put out the Blacksmith and move on to round number two. Up next here at the All-American Throwdown is the Ice Cream Man taking on the Nitro Machine. Heading up now to the starting line as we wait for green. Who's going on to round number two? They look even up and over the cars, and Nitro Machine will outrun the Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man will go on the trailer. Nitro Machine moves on. Now, Virginia Giant will draw up against Bigfoot. Two classic trucks set to do battle as the Fords are at the starting line ready to duke it out. Look even down the starting line, up and over the cars, and Virginia Giant rolls back, and Bigfoot will move on to round number two. Some sick air by Bigfoot as he moves on. Drawing up now is Predator taking on the USA 1 machine. With that brand new truck, they're still working some bugs out of it. Let's see how he does now. Down the straight stretch, Predator pulls on him hard, up and over, and Predator will outrun the USA 1. That team's still working out some bugs, but Predator moves on. Equalizer now taking on the Carolina Crusher. Ford versus Chevrolet as we go up to the starting line. Who's going to take it to the second round? Equalizer pulls hard up and over the cars, and Carolina Crusher gets stopped on that roller. Equalizer will move on to round number two. Max D will draw up against the Mega Power Car Care Products Built Ford Tough Gunslinger as we head up to the starting line. As we go green, Max D pulls a little bit up and over the car. Some sick air by both trucks. They were both going for that finish line, and it looks like Max D has got it by half a tread of a tire. The Sobe Chevrolet will draw up against the Mutant as we head up to the starting line. Both these trucks looking good. Sobe pulls hard up and over the cars, and the roller stops Mutant dead in his tracks. He got hard into the binders. You can see him nose up right there. Sobe will move on. Scarlet Bandit now takes on the Black Stallion out of Hagerstown, Maryland. That team worked hard getting a fresh motor in that truck to show up the Renegades. Here we go now, up and over the cars, and Scarlet Bandit will nose out the Black Stallion by inches as he gets into him at the end of the track. Overkill now to take on the Gravedigger. Both trucks set, waiting on green. Heading down, Overkill pulls a little bit. Gravedigger high sides and rolls over. Overkill will win the race, but look at the Gravedigger roll the truck over. We've got the track crew down here now. They're going to go ahead and roll Digger back over. Stone Crusher set now to take on the Eradicator as we head up to the starting line, waiting on green. Look even down the straight stretch up and over the cars, and the Stone Crusher will outrun the Eradicator machine, and Stone Crusher moves on to round number 2. You go back to our instant replay here, you see Stone Crusher outrun Eradicator as he goes around that roller. Moving on now with round number 1, Reptoid will take on Barefoot out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Dodge takes on the Reptoid Chevrolet. Yes, there is a Chevrolet motor in that truck. Up and over, and the Dodge Barefoot outruns Reptoid, moving on to round number 2. Good run by that Barefoot team. The Outlaw, making its debut, takes on a former Renegades champion in Hot Wheels at the starting line now as we go green. Both trucks look even down the start, up and over the cars, and Hot Wheels in the stands. What a ride by the Hot Wheels machine as you see him up on that end roller into the stands. But give credit to the Outlaw machine as he was knocking out his back door the whole time. He was on a mission to take out the Hot Wheels truck. Bulldozer now set to take on the classic UFO as we head up to the starting line, waiting on green. Look even down the straight, UFO pulls, and Bulldozer walks on them in the big end. The newer trucks are working out the bugs in their teams. Bulldozer's been here before, working good tonight. Sudden Impact now set to take on Jester, heading up the starting line, a brand new chassis on that Sudden Impact machine. Going green now, Sudden Impact pulls, Jester bobbles up, and Sudden Impact moves on to round number 2. Good air right there by Sudden Impact as he moves on, puts Jester on the trailer. Moving on now to round number 2, we're going to see the Bounty Hunter take on King Crunch. Both trucks look great in round number 1 as we go to the starting line now. Who's going to move on to round number 3? Here we go now. Look, even King Crunch pulled on him hard. Bounty Hunter on 2 wheels. What a save by the Bounty Hunter. King Crunch will get the win, but what a save by that Bounty Hunter. And yes, King Crunch will move on to round number 3. Great race right there. Both trucks were pulling out all the stops. Awesome ride. Here we go now, moving on. Bigfoot takes on the Nitro machine. Up at the starting line now, waiting on green. Here we go, Nitro pulls a little bit up and over, and Bigfoot's into the wall. Nitro machine has rolled the truck over as well. The track crew's going to try to get Bigfoot off that wall protection. What a ride by Bigfoot. Moving on, Equalizer will take on the Predator machine. Both trucks look strong in round number 1 as we go green. Predator pulls on him hard up and over the cars, and Predator rolls over. So does the Equalizer. This track is starting to eat these trucks up. Predator will move on. Max D comes back to take on the Sobe Chevrolet. At the starting line now, waiting on green. Max D pulls a little bit on the straight stretch up and over, and Max D's rolled the truck over. Sobe gets over that end roller and has moved on. Max D with a bad bounce and ends up rolling that truck over. Moving down to the track crew, they're going to go ahead and flip that truck back over. Scarlet Bandit draws up against Overkill in round number 2 here as we head up to the start line and we wait for green. Both trucks look strong. Here we go now down the straight stretch. Scarlet Bandit pulls a little bit. Overkill's flipped the truck over. Look at this end over end rollover by the Overkill. Scarlet Bandit will move on to round number 3. Moving along, Barefoot now will take on the Stone Crusher. Here we go now as we go green. Stone Crusher pulls on Barefoot a little bit as we go over the cars, and they both hit the end roller. We're going to have to get an MTA official down here, and Barefoot does move on. Hot Wheels now takes on the Bulldozer. Both of these trucks look great in round number 1 as we go green. Hot Wheels now looking even with Bulldozer up and over, and Hot Wheels will move on to round number 3, putting Bulldozer on the trailer. Now we're going to head over to the Wheel of Attitude to bring back a fast loser from round number 2 to take on Sudden Impact to end out this round 2 matchup. And it looks like Max D is coming back to take on Sudden Impact as we head up to the start line now and wait for green. Here we go, Max D pulls a little bit, Sudden Impact playing catch up, and Sudden Impact loses the body off the truck. Hits that second set of cars right there, and the body came clean off. Look at that, Sudden Impact will move on. Now we're going to head down to the pits to the Bigfoot team where they got into the wall earlier. They hit the binders so hard they busted a planetary, and they're trying to get that truck back together for round number 3. They hope they can do so in a timely manner. Sudden Impact also in the pits. They're trying to get the body mounted back on for round number 3. They should be able to come back with no problems. Moving on now to round number 3, Predator will take on the Sobe Chevrolet. Predator rolled over in round number 2. Hopefully it didn't hurt the truck too bad. They're at the starting line now, waiting for green. Here we go now. Predator pulls on Sobey up and over the cars, and Predator goes over the end roller. Sobey rolls the truck over, and Predator will move on. MTA track crew's going to flip Sobey back over. Our next matchup in round number 3 is going to be Scarlet Bandit taking on Barefoot. As we head up now, both trucks look even. Scarlet Bandit bobbles up and over the cars, and Barefoot rolls over. Scarlet Bandit will walk on him in the big end. Look at Scarlet Bandit creeping on by, moving on to the semifinals. Sudden Impact now taking on the Hot Wheels machine. Get set to go green. Hot Wheels pulls on him up and over the cars, and Sudden Impact gets into him, and Hot Wheels has rolled the truck over. You see Hot Wheels cross lanes, and Sudden Impact got into him, flipping the truck over. And we just got word we're taking you to the pits. Bigfoot's coming back. Bigfoot will draw up against King Crunch in this last matchup in round number 3, heading up to the start line as we go green. Both trucks look even. Bigfoot pulled a little bit up and over, and King Crunch will outrun the Bigfoot forward. Up and over the roller, King Crunch has outran Bigfoot. Bigfoot goes home on the trailer. Semi-final time. Predator takes on King Crunch. As we go up to the starting line now and we wait for green, here we go now. Semi-finals, King Crunch up and over, and Predator rolls the truck over. Look at it right here, Predator with a bad bounce. The MTA track crew's already down there, going to roll that truck back over. That's the second time tonight that truck has been rolled over. The crew's going to make sure it's good to go for the finals. Scarlet Bandit now set to take on Hot Wheels. Who's going to the finals? Hot Wheels pulls a little bit up and over the cars, and Hot Wheels will move on to the finals. Scarlet Bandit knocking at his back door. Here we go now, the All-American Throwdown Finals. This is what we all come to see. Predator takes on Hot Wheels as we head up to the starting line. Who will be champion? As we wait for green, here we go now. Both trucks look great coming down up and over the cars, and Hot Wheels has rolled the truck over. Here you go now, some sick air. Both trucks going for it all, and Hot Wheels has rolled over. MTA track officials down there now, and Hot Wheels has got it by half a tailgate. Congratulations to Hunter Paget and Hot Wheels.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out.
Thank you guys for watching the All-American Throwdown. We hope you enjoyed it and had a good time. Thank you for all the support that you show us. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next time.